Hi, it's Sandy, and I'm here to tell you about this first week of class. First, again, welcome to class, and happy July 5th. So, the class is set up to be a buffet class. What I mean is, you go to a buffet, you don't eat one thing and eat just a tremendous amount. Typically, you eat a little of this and a little of that. A buffet course, we're not going to stay too long in any one topic, but just introduce the variety of things that impact leadership and impact healthcare, and therefore healthcare leadership. So I want to alert you that you are going to have some reading to do this week. You are going to read pages 1 to 24, which is chapter 1, and then also pages 132 to 155, which is in chapter 6 about communication. Now, here's the thing. All the assignments I give you, you'll notice there is no quizzes, there's no tests. Everything is involved either in discussion, some group work, or some assignments. And it's really to clarify and help you to better understand yourself. Great leadership begins at our homes. It begins right within ourselves. So I want you to have the time to really focus. So you are going to read one article, which is Principles of Leadership. It's about 20 pages. I'm going to tell you it's really standard stuff. I'm just introducing the topics, the leadership theories that are in there. It's not like you have to memorize them. I just want you to explore leadership. Perhaps one of the most valuable things I'll ever assign you is in the first week. It's a little tiny, I think it's 6 minutes, and it's a TED Talk, and it's Drew Dudley, and it's everyday leadership. If you can embrace what Drew Dudley talks about, it might sound almost kind of corny, but it isn't. If you can understand leadership is the ultimate human experience, and that it's simple and yet so chaotic and so messy and so difficult. But what I want you to focus on is that leadership is not such a huge thing that we can't do it. It's small. And when we look at things in small ways, we're able to build with the building blocks we have. You'll also be introduced to David Marquette, who is going to talk a little bit about leadership, and he does a little drawing video, but he also has a great book about communication. David Marquette is, or was in the military, and really examined military relationships in terms of leadership. So I think you'll enjoy that. Finally, there's one theorist that you just can't study leadership in any industry without looking at, and that's Simon Sinek. Simon Sinek is brilliant, and one of my favorite Sinek comments is bosses get titles, leaders get people. And I think that is the critical element of what we're learning in this class. So I hope you'll see that matters. I am going to tell you, you have 2 wonderful discussion boards, and already one of your colleagues has posted. So the first discussion board is what is leadership, and it talks about, so tell me about an example of a leader that you know, and it gives you an opportunity to coordinate with other people and see what they think and see if leadership has some commonalities for all of you. It may and it may not. But you're going to have a chance to start to look at it. Again, we start in a very simple place so that we can build to brilliance and opportunities for all of you. You're also going to see, I was thrilled to read your backgrounds and understand the diversity of people in our class, with some people in healthcare, some people looking to get into healthcare, but coming from business, coming from medical practitioner perspective, but also coming from finance or coming from entirely different industries, and just looking because healthcare is so intriguing. And because healthcare will touch every life, there's no way to escape what we're going to experience. Then your second discussion board is about healthcare leadership. And it's asking you, hey, you've all been healthcare, you've all used healthcare at some point. And so how do you look at it as an industry? I do want to remind you that that second board requires APA. That means in-text citations, and it means references. I also gave you an opportunity for a couple of points if you can show me how you would do the reference. Do it right in there. And the first person who does it gets 2 points. I do things like that frequently. Part of the reason that I do that is that as much as you are in grad school to learn about an MBA, all the elements of MBA, but also healthcare, you're also here to perfect your writing. I cannot stress enough, it is so incredibly important that your ability to communicate is powerful and engaging. Don't look away from that. Not just in my class, but hopefully in every class you have, you're going to spend the time necessary to become a better writer. So APA is important. Finally, you have an assignment this week, which is what is leadership? It's a 4-page paper. It doesn't have to have citations, but if you use sources, APA is then in play. I do want you to take your time and just write, but make sure you put an introduction and a conclusion in that paper, and make sure that you have the simple things like a single point, a single main point to every paragraph, that your sentences are 16 words or less, that a paragraph is 3 to 6 sentences made up of 16 words or less sentences, that there shouldn't be a paragraph that's a page long. Really look at what you're sending in. The biggest point I can say to you is this is not one and done. So you're going to need to do drafts. Do a draft, leave it, go back to it the next day. I think you'll find that really helps. And also read your papers out loud. I am a huge believer in reading things out loud. And you know what? We're all flawed. So I don't expect discussion boards to be as precise as I do assignments. While you're in week 1, also take a peek at Heads Up, which tells you what's coming and is the final project, which is a case study. I've given you a couple of case studies to choose from. I've given you the case study template that I use in the MSOL degree, and we've had some real success with it. I hope it works for you. This is going to be a powerful time for us to all be together and to work towards some common areas, but also to work towards places that we can learn from each other. What I wanted to do is kind of end with a quote. I love quotes, and I tend to like to go to quotes, people that you really haven't always heard of. So today's is Kate McHugh. Kate McHugh is an avid diver, but she is a ship captain. She was the first female cruise ship captain. And she says, my motto is about the unknown is, you never know if you want it until you try it. So when you see an opportunity, seize it. When you spot a problem, fix it. When you want something, ask for it. So I end with that because I want you to ask for what you want. If there's something that isn't working in this class, or if there's something that you really are drawn to and you want to know more, there's so many different backgrounds and interests in this class. We're not going to satisfy it with just one approach. But if you need some new articles in a specific arena, or if you're interested in hearing more about something, let me know, and I'll be glad to do some extra research for you. I hope you enjoy this class as much as I know I will, and I look forward to this first week. Take care, and I hope the week goes really well for you. Bye.